Well, that was a nice video by Joshua Valor on our new Diana TC.
He says words good when he reviews headphones.
Yeah.
We do need to work on that.
I think he worked on that a lot. I mean,
You think so?
I don't think you could like say all that so coherently
Yeah.
and precisely through whatever 15 or 16 minutes.
You would almost think it's what he does.
Really practicing.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know, you got to really hone in on it. Let's just say I'm sure he spent time on that video. And thanks. We got to shout out to Josh. Thank you for spending the time, because that's, if we did that, if we tried to do that for 16 minutes and say it like that,
It would look like our other videos.
it might be a day or two.
Oh, it'd be about 3 days.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Oh, you mean like the Apple-esque video we did where
It's like that.
that took some time there and we only did like a couple minutes.
Well, yeah,
Now,
that was the first thing I was thinking was, it's like 16 minutes. What is he going to be talking about for
Yeah,
this long?
yeah. No, it was excellent job on the review side of things.
Right.
And on that note, we wanted to just expand on a little more on that and on Diana TC in general, because we've been kind of tight-lipped for a while now, and for no other reason, we've just been busy, you know.
Mainly, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we did do 2 videos on this already. One kind of just an intro saying, here it comes. Another one, we touched upon certain aspects of it. We could expand on it some more.
Yeah. Normally, if you want to be really professional, you would release these products like a month in advance to reviewers and then dump them all out at the same time that the reviews come out. But
Yeah.
I guess we're not too professional
Well,
or something.
No, that's the traditional way of doing things. It's not necessarily the right way. I don't know. Companies take it as, let's blast the media and everybody at the same time.
Kind of the expected approach.
You know, but I don't know. I like spreading it out myself. You know.
Well, the biggest issue is we need to make them.
Yeah, well, that's the other problem too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as we told the dealers they're coming, of course, now we've got orders to fill before we even have product.
So we prefer the soft approach.
Yeah, right. Let's ease into this.
It actually worked out pretty good this time.
Yeah.
I guess it's because we've launched a few things at this point, so I
Yeah.
kind of already know generally.
And we're always trying to be ahead of the curve, but it
Yeah.
never really works out that way. It seems like at some point the production's gonna be behind.
It seems to be
You know,
inevitable.
especially this day and age. So it is what it is, you know. But anyway, we're not doing bad though. You know, we're only running a few weeks or so
Yeah.
not bad. But besides that, let's talk more about some of the touch upon the things that Joshua Valor.
There is one thing I would like to note. If I was watching this video as a consumer, I would imagine that there was communication between the manufacturer and whatnot and the reviewer in this case. And that is sometimes common, but we didn't say anything to him. He didn't ask anything. We didn't tell him anything. Yeah, it's just a surprise as to us as it was to you, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't know that he was going to do this or say this.
Yeah, we found out at the same time everybody else found out the video came out.
I watched his video that he did like a week ago or whatever when he talked about the wrap-up for 2021, and he said he has a video coming. The first video of the year is going to be this best headphone ever video, and we didn't know it was going to be us.
Yeah, right.
We knew we had it, and we estimated that it could be, but
yeah, there was a good chance.
he didn't say anything.
But yeah, didn't know. I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody slipped under the radar and got him a really, really baller headphone. But nope.
Yeah, we didn't have to send DMS over there to break any kneecaps. We didn't pay him. He just does a video,
Anyway,
I guess.
and he did a great job. I mean, it's better than, I think it's one of the best, most comprehensive, well thought out reviews I've seen in a long time, where he touches on all the key points, and there they are. And I think I got to watch it again, because I'm sure there's some things that I missed that, the nuances or something, because it's very concise. So there's a lot of points there. Of course, it helps that we have the headphone here. We made the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we kind of know what it sounds like.
Well, that is true, because when I was listening to what he was saying, it was like, I was thinking the same thing, actually, when we were making it.
Yeah.
So that's the surprising thing,
He was
right?
on the same
He was
wavelength.
spot on.
Yeah.
Everything he said, I'm like, you're right.
That's
We
true.
didn't talk to him about it. He didn't ask.
Yeah, right.
So
We didn't tell
came to the
anyone.
same. I guess that's good.
Well, that shows the amount of research and work he went into in just physically using the thing and comparing it. You know what I mean?
He knows what he's talking about.
To understand to that level that we're just inherently accustomed to.
Yeah.
To understand at that level, takes time. It takes a lot of time, and it takes refinement. You understand. He understands the refinement, which is pretty cool.
Well, look how long it took us to understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
And in the early days, we didn't know.
Yeah. Right.
It helps that he liked it, though.
Yeah.
Maybe a factor in why he gave us a positive review.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you mean that he said it was the best headphone on the planet.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe those were the words.
That's pretty strong. The only other time I heard that was with the 1266.
Oh, yeah,
Steve Guttenberg said that same thing too in one of his videos a number of years ago with
He did.
when the TC version I think came out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that we've had that twice now. If there is such an award for that, it's not a Grammy, but
Most best headphones in the
Most
world.
bestest.
yeah, right, yeah. Well, yeah. Who's got the most of the most bestest awards?
And from two different people, too.
Engineers tend to be a harsh critic, oftentimes the harshest of critics. And personally, I'm pretty happy with it. So,
Well, that's something I should mention too. I given kudos to Josh for the review, but you guys did most of the work. I mean, from an engineering standpoint, in terms of refining that driver even further, and you from the standpoint of assembly, manufacturing, and actually making the driver a reality. And in me, I just get to kick back and listen and go, yeah, I don't like it, or I like this, or I like that. Like, you do that too.
Mhm.
But usually by the time I get it, he's already done that. So I'm not seeing the whole picture that you guys went through. So anyway, kudos to you guys for really good job on this headphone, guys. Really top shelf. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat this one. I don't care who you are.
well, that's the idea.
Because it's really tough to play more than what's there already. Right? Once you reach that clarity level of the source, what else is there to do? The electronics are the only thing we're pushing for. Right? We want better source material. We want reel to reel. We want better amps. Given this driver, given this headphone to those manufacturers should help that process along where they can hear their stuff better.
Yeah, it is kind of a positive feedback loop in that sense, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you make better gear, it allows other people to make better gear for your gear.
Right. Well, you're reacting to the market. It is at the marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, you got to use it as such. That's if you want your stuff to be used for that, it better play with it. You got to have to try it with it. So.
Well, I think that was the biggest thing that we noticed with Diana TC is how much clearer differences there are between amps and such.
Right.
When we were moving around,
It's instant.
yeah.
You could pick out the subtlest change. Hell, you could probably even have two of the same amps and notice a slight
Well,
imbalance.
I've never tried that. I don't have two of the same amps, but yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, but we don't have none of that around.
Yeah.
But imagine if you were an amp maker, right? And you were ahead and was, hey, this one's a little off in the right channel. But anyway, bottom line is, yeah, it is pretty cool how you can notice differences between it instantly. Just assess a piece based on it.
Even stuff that you thought were close.
From an engineering standpoint, one of the things we were exploring was how relative distortion characteristics were to the subjective side of things. And we did a lot of that, particularly with this headphone. We've been doing it a long time to begin with, right? But we did a lot of it with this headphone. We really started honing in.
Yep. Diana TC is pretty moderately optimized in that regard. We put quite a lot of effort in it. And we got a pretty good measurement rig and spent a lot of time trying to get things as optimized as practical. And I think there's a lot to talk about there. So we'll probably have to make it a separate video. So
yeah, that's true. We could do a whole separate thing on
that.
Yeah, we could do a whole separate thing on it. We're not going to give away any of our trade secrets or how we go about doing that. But which again, it would be different from every company anyway, because you design a driver a different way. Now you got a whole different set of things you got to try to figure out to make it to lower distortion or whatever you're trying to accomplish, or change the harmonic structure. That's complicated stuff. And but anyway, in the end, we're thrilled with the fact that the marketplace is taking well to our new TC.
Mm-hmm.
You and me did a lot of subjective tuning on this thing in the end.
Well, you kind of came in at the end. I was there the whole time.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I had the last week or so. Well, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, I got to use the measurement rig. I was in charge of that. You guys did an iteration. You gave it to me, and I measured it.
Yeah, it was a machine.
It
was a machine.
The machine measured.
Yeah,
oh yeah, right. Yeah. I think we walked through.
I think when we were tuning Diana TC, we probably did somewhere in the range of 200 iterations. And even within those iterations, there were multiples of interior tuning changes done for each of those. So it was
that was on the
substantial.
subjective side. That was him and me.
Yeah.
because you're not going to tease that out with the measurement rig.
Yeah,
Not gonna
that's
work.
the thing. Yeah, yeah. Each time we're like, oh, I think this is good, and then had to try to tune it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did touch upon that he was listening to a track with a guitar in it. I've actually listened to the same track while we were tuning him,
Yeah.
and he also picked up on. But the thing I liked was that you can hear like the room he was in. It just felt like a space. That's what the TC is very good at.
Mhm.
So it just sounded like a guitar in a room. And you could hear the room. So it was pretty. That's why I stumbled upon that track actually,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this is nice. It's like sitting in a room with a guitar.
Yeah, I mean, a sense of detail, I think it would actually take, I think it would take months actually for someone to really, truly flesh out and understand what this headphone can do, capable of, in terms of ability. And of course, it's going to be highly dependent on how good the recording is, which is something he brought up,
Yeah.
and how good the electronics are. I mean, the entire chain. I mean, you could really.
Wasn't that always the case?
You could, yeah. But this level is like, wow. And it's not like it gets bad. Like, we've tried the new TC on like Woo's WA11, the portable solid state they have. And I think it sounds better on this headphone than it does on our previous gens for some reason. And,
Yeah.
and it's got nice clarity. It's not over the top. It's got enough power. Things like that are kind of, it's funny where we're reinvestigating stuff we used with other headphones,
Yeah, I think
our other ones.
that was the biggest surprise when making TC. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you would think, oh man, you just keep going and things will start sounding bad, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that transducer will do that at this level, and I wasn't even expecting it. I found that out with the Moon. Did you listen to the?
Oh, you told me to. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah. What is it? The 830?
Four.
The Moon 430. We've got here. We use as part of in the QC
The old
room.
workhorse.
Yeah. That thing with its built-in DAC, which usually people say you use an external, which I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not an expensive option to get the DAC with that amp. But bottom line is that with the Diana TC, that thing has way more clarity to the amp, to the whole piece, than I've ever heard out of prior gen headphones of ours. So, and it's kind of wild because usually that amp will sound a little bit more laid back, and it seems like it's lacking something. And it's not that the Diana TC is bright or artificially doing anything. It's just, I think it's just capable of extracting such subtlety, particularly when there's a lower noise floor in the amp. And I think that's what we're seeing like with solid state amps too. Like I think it seems to, so far, Diana TC seems to be preferring like full class A solid state amplification, like the 11 audio stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the lower the impedance, the better. Power isn't really that critical, but usually they kind of go hand in hand oftentimes. So
Yeah, usually more power, lower impedance, more output.
a watt or so is fine. You don't need 1,000,000 watts, but
Yeah.
you do want a pretty low output impedance. And some amp designs are kind of sort of designed with moderate to even high output impedance in mind. We had a few people emailing us about compatibility with the amps I already have, and sometimes the amps they have are made for a specific headphone and have unusually high output impedance, and that's very problematic for a planar, and especially our planar designs.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to me how fickle in the design stage the tuning is to be able to get it to be pretty compatible with less than stellar gear. This is something we paid a lot more attention to with Diana TC than previous iterations of Diana. And to get it to sound good on really high-end equipment, there's a little trick there, but I think it's oddly extraordinarily fickle to get it to sound good on less than stellar gear too.
Yeah, Diana Phi, its predecessor, was more finicky on electronics than this new TC is.
Which we were surprised by.
Yeah. I
Quite.
thought it might go
I
the
told
other
you
way.
that, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's
Yeah, because traditionally, when you extract more resolution, traditionally you tend to make what doesn't sound so good sound probably worse. But yeah, it's kind of funny how it's almost like, I don't know, I guess we haven't put it into words yet because we haven't tried it. It's too new. We haven't tried it with everything. We haven't tried it with as many things as we have all our other headphones. So the jury's out as to what's going on here. But yeah.
really not that many amps at all yet.
Yeah. No.
So we don't really know.
Yeah, what we have in house is a pretty good sampling, but it's not what's all out there that everybody's using. So, but anyway, bottom line is the other than still requiring some gain and voltage and a bit of power to drive it, the Diana TC seems much more compatible than the other stuff, but still will scale like crazy when you find the right stuff. And that's about it, I guess. We've blabbed on enough, I think, about this model. And
Well, actually, Josh said more than we could.
Yeah.
So watch that video if you want.
yeah, Joshua Valor's video was top shelf, and we're getting great feedback from our customers too. I mean, you know, a lot of the people that are buying Dynasty C already have an Abyss headphone or have had it in the past, so they're kind of on board with our sound to begin with, so that helps. But a lot haven't. This is their first time trying our stuff, and the feedback's universal. Everyone just loves it, so that's great news for us. We're relieved. We like we talked about in one of our other videos. You never know when you do a new product as a manufacturer how people will take it.
I was pretty sure on this one.
Yeah, we were liking it before we shipped the first one. So, on that note, please subscribe so you can catch our new stuff, be aware of it, and again, Happy New Year to everybody. Take care. Thanks.